Hey everybody, this is Devin with raddevin.com. Go there if you're trying to transition into a career in web development, and I've got lots of articles to help you get there. And what we're doing now is called Ship It School. I'm working with Bradley Surlis. You want to say hello, Bradley?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
All right. And we are working together to try to get his mobile social networking app for musicians called JamMate ready to ship out. We're trying to get that submitted to the App Store. I think we just have a few finishing touches left to go. Is that right, Bradley?
Yeah, I think we're getting close.
Okay,
Aside
cool.
from the styling that will never end and will always do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a couple more things.
Okay, cool. All right, well, where do we want to start today?
Well, I think it's always best to go to the Trello board,
Yep, that sounds good.
review what we've got, or add to it if we need to.
Okay.
So as long as you guys can see my screen, then you will see where we're at.
I'll make sure. I'm pretty sure. Yep, we're good.
Cool. So still focusing just on this critical to publish. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
we have one thing left on this critical to publish, and we kind of had debated on how we want to handle it and how critical it is.
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, I mean,
Let's do half of this. Let's not show the current user, and we'll worry about the zip code later.
okay. I mean, I definitely feel like it is going to be a critical piece to the app is to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you can actually search for people nearby you. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's just a giant database.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
yeah, let's
agree.
take it ourselves.
Okay.
Do not show current user in search. Okay, so that's going to be on the search page.
Okay.
So let's see how we're pulling everyone in here. Get array. This is what should. Sorry, there's one more component we're going to need to pull. Oops. Should be what gets everybody
Okay.
right here. Get array. Hang on. Okay, this is where it's happening. So we're saying that when the component mounts,
Mm-hmm.
uh, look at our Firebase database,
Mm-hmm.
literally grab everybody.
Yep.
No filters whatsoever. Just grab everybody
Yep.
and put them in objects where we split it up into two things. User ID is one key value pair, and the
Mm-hmm.
other is data. And the reason for that, I mean, I'm not really sure how to summarize. I don't really have it down well enough to summarize that
Mm-hmm.
well. But the way the data is set up, I can show you.
Okay.
Data ends up holding everything besides the user ID. So I'll show you what one of the users looks like. I'll use myself like usual. Here's one user. So we are just saying that the randomly generated key is
Mm-hmm.
the user ID,
Mm-hmm.
and all the rest of this ends up in another object we call data.
Yeah.
And then from data, you can do data.connect to users, data.genres, data.instruments, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because, to my understanding, everything that you grab from Firebase, the real-time database that we're using, is objects of objects.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't really do just an array. They're always objects.
Mm-hmm.
It might be an array of objects, but it's objects within objects within objects, nested forever. So yes, so back here, this is going to grab everybody. Maybe we should set up that filter here so it's grabbing everyone save for the current user.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Um, is there a quick function, do you know, Devin, like an exclude or something like that? Or could we
Um,
just, I guess?
yeah, I think just like, so snapshot.forEach is iterating through all the users.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe just like an if statement in that. Just check for the current user's ID, and if if it is the current user's ID, then we do nothing. Otherwise, we go ahead and do the rest of that.
Oh, we're still using the this and that switch.
Are we actually using it, or is it just there? Oh yeah, we are using it. That'll be easy to take out, though. I thought we got all those.
I thought we did too. And here as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be no more problems with this and that.
Yep. Do you want to test that really quick, just to make sure we don't do a bunch of other stuff and then think that broke it, and actually this is what did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You working?
Looks good. Yep.
Your oboe and clarinet.
Yep.
May or may not be true. We'll find out someday.
No. I did play. I did play clarinet in the band in 5th grade.
Oh.
But that's the extent of my experience with the clarinet.
I'll tell you what. Once JamMate's live, you can use that and find other clarinet players.
Yes.
You can jam with.
Yes, that'll be fantastic.
Unfortunately, it's $50 a night.
I'm looking to really up my clarinet game.
Well, this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's set that filter up. So at this point, it's saying, hey, grab literally everybody. And before it starts creating the objects, do you think that's where we should put it? After the then here? Should we get the order? Yeah, no, I think that's where we have to do it. Is go through everybody, and then we'll just have to exclude where user snapshot.key equals current user.
Right.
Does that sound to you?
Yes, I like that.
I'm trying to remember my current user. I think I have it saved. I'll just grab it. No, I don't have it saved here. I use it so often. I know I can just grab it somewhere.
Yeah.
Current, it's like current user .auth something.
Firebase.auth.current user.
Yeah,
what it is. But I never remember if that's the ID. It's not the ID, is it? It's
an ID.
It's what?
It should give you an ID.
Oh, so it's .uid. .uid is where you'll have to. Yeah,
let's just grab that one. So back to where we were. The parent of search profile card. And we are get array. Am I in the wrong place? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Here. So we'll say, current user. Hey Devin.
Yeah.
How do you feel about lets and consts?
So
how often const, or do you like to default to let?
I default to const, and only switch to let if I realize I'm going to need to change the value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Current user base.auth, current user.uid. Great. So now that we have current user identified, as we're going through here, before it starts creating these objects, I'm trying to think where to put this.
I'm going to mostly keep my mouth shut today and just jump in when you need help, because I feel like I've been like a bad backseat driver.
No, it's fine. I definitely my thinking so far is that it would be here. Because at this point, the snapshot, again, is that collection of all the objects. So once we're looking at the snapshots, we want to say if user snapshot dot key is, I guess we could do a not, like a bang here, is not equal to current user, which should be an ID as well. But we should probably check for that. But we're saying, hey, if, do I need these? I feel like it's just going to take them away.
I think you do need them.
All right. So we're saying if that user snapshot.key is not equal to that current user, then we can start, adding the object together, putting it into. Let me see where it ends. Where does this end? Oh, we don't want it there. We want this all to be here. I'm gonna let the prettier fix it for me. Else, well, we don't even need an else, do we?
I don't think so, because you only want to do something in that one case.
That's right.
I think you may have moved too much inside the if, though.
Yeah.
Because the set state happens after all the users have been iterated, and that you want to happen regardless. That only happens at the end after new list is full of your users. So that one I don't think goes inside the if.
All messed up.
Undo like 1 or 2 levels right now, I think. Yeah, okay. So see, this is right, except that, so that stays outside. That stays outside the for each, because you don't want to
push it each time.
Yeah. You don't need to update the value of users array until you've accumulated everything into that new list. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. That definitely does.
Yeah.
But we do need to put this happening for that if.
Mm-hmm.
This should all go in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll figure out where it closes. Right now it's saying, hey, if that key is not equal to user, then go ahead and make obj, make a user ID, put that key that wasn't you into it, put the data that is you into it, and then push that to the my obj that we created up here. And then this closes the end of the for each. Then it's set state to say, hey, whatever you got in that obj, new list is getting pushed with each of those objects. So at the end, we say, hey, the state of users array is now updated to be whatever new list ended up being. That's after it's gone for each of the snapshots. At that point, it closes up the then, and then it closes up the whole component of now.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yep, that looks right.
A little bit nicer. Let's see if it broke.
Yep.
Sometimes it just does that. Okay. That was much easier than we thought it was going to be. Now it's just you, my test subject, and Michael.
Cool.
All right. Let's console or commit that real quick.
Okay.
Add a git commit. Do not show current user in search. I think that's a fitting title. What would you put?
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect.
Okay. And then say check QC if current. Oh, check current user ID so that the current user does not show within the search profiles component. Okay.
Cool.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was easy.
Piece of the puzzle, which is this. The bigger one would have been to filter zip codes or genres or instruments, some sort of filtering, some sort of search. And you said you don't want to do that before we wrap up and try to launch a basic version of the app.
Yeah, I think so. And like, I understand that it's not really going to be useful in the way that you want it to be without something like that, some concept of how to, some way to determine how far people are from you.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm thinking like it can be a working app that does something before then, and then you can go back and iterate on it, and that's probably like the first thing you add. That's probably your first update.
The filtering.
Yeah, yeah. If you were building a product, like if you were looking at this as your business and you were going to be launching this, I'd probably tell you to launch with that. But since really like, well, from my perspective, like the purpose of this project at this point is to get an app up on the App Store.
Yeah.
And then this, like the secondary purpose is for the app to sort of meet the goals you want it to meet, like to have the functionality you want it to have.
Okay.
So I think given that, and under these circumstances, I think it makes sense to go ahead and ship it mostly like this. You said you wanted to clean up some UI stuff, and we can look at that stuff.
Yeah, I was going to let you finish your perspective on what the initial launch should look like.
Yeah. That's basically it.
I did want to address the app, kind of page by page. Just real quickly note, this is the landing page. This actually looks okay. It's not what I thought I wanted. This is a much larger image that you're seeing. And originally this was meant to not be so zoomed in. But it's okay for now, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is fine. That's through Facebook. They've set that up.
Right.
This is decent. It definitely needs to get changed at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
Edit in particular is off. It it looked different on different types of devices. This is the iPhone XS.
Right.
So on a 6 Plus, it looked just fine. It was where it needed to be. But now, accounting for what did you call this?
The notch.
The notch. Yes.
Yeah.
Accounting for the notch. So I'm not sure how we're going to always check for that. I'm thinking I'll just move this down as a default, and I think it'll look okay on other devices as well. We can test it.
Yeah.
But this is decent. The edit page is bad. Like this is bad. So this needs to get moved down. This was more for us anyway, to see that contact is changing.
Yeah.
So we can make that look a little nicer for the user. This button should have been to the right. This button should have been to the right. These, I'm not sure what I expect of these, but maybe, the padding a little bit on the button itself, be a little bit better so the words are right in the center of it. Maybe to line up horizontally instead.
Okay. Yeah.
I think will be nice, the guitar, drums, bass.
Okay.
The home button worked just fine, so that's good. Search, again, this is just kind of a little blocky, a little ugly. Additional text needs to go for sure. And then connections. This is just like, at this point, all you do is you add people, and then I minimize this window and go write this email. I can't do anything with this. I can't click it. I can't pull up my messaging feature.
Right.
So definitely something that's going to change is I want to be able to click, and if it's a phone number, your phone's text feature will pop up and say, send a message to this person. Or if it's an email address like these are, it would try to default to one of your email providers. So in this case, probably, I'm not sure, the mail, I guess, from iOS.
Yeah. Okay.
So of those, what do you want to jump on first? What do you think would be most pressing?
This is really weird, but I'm actually excited about trying to tackle the notch.
Okay.
And I found a question on Stack Overflow. Also, apologies for the, I guess, leaf blowing that is happening right now. It's very loud.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's outside.
Actually did that.
So, like, this might be really easy to fix. I'm just gonna send you this. I'll Slack it to you. I'm gonna Slack you this URL for this Stack Overflow question.
Okay. Want me to pull it up right now?
Yeah, it's gonna take a second. I haven't loaded this Slack channel today, so.
Chat for your share screen.
Yeah, I was afraid that would like interfere with the stream a little bit more, because you'd have to stop sharing your screen, maybe, or would you?
I don't know.
I'll put it there. Well, yeah, okay, I sent it in the Slack. Let's try that. And while you're looking at that, I'm gonna pop over to YouTube and see if anyone's talking to us. Nobody yet. Okay.
I've been in Slack in a long time.
I'll kind of give you a quick preview. There's like a status bar .current height.
Mm-hmm.
So this person.
I'm using the.
Go ahead.
I'm using that native base library as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, they said okay. Well, I guess it is kind of thing. Safe area view. Does not work on Android.
Yeah, they're talking about Android, but I feel like that status bar.current height might work everywhere. If you just set the margin to that value, like a top margin to that value.
Okay.
It'd be something quick to try anyway.
Doesn't work if we hide status bar. Okay. Well, I'm not hiding the status bar.
Yeah, so I guess there's safe area view, but that's maybe what they're saying only works on iOS.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Right now, it is just set up for iOS. I haven't tried to run it on Android just yet. I don't have an Android,
yeah.
So haven't really been able to test too much.
Right. This fix would be easy enough to try that if it works on here, I would just use it. And if it doesn't work, we'll just pull back and do the other thing.
Status bar.current height? Yeah,
set a margin top on those elements that are bumping into the status, the top status stuff. Set a margin top on those that's equal to that value, status bar.current height. Just like they have here, actually.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to put that on, because I don't use a header.
Right.
I'm already on there somehow, but
yeah, just put it on whatever those components are up there. You can put it on multiple components if you need to.
I'll put it on the H2, but I don't have to. I could. I might be able to put it on content or the content itself.
Yeah,
I'm willing to try. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what exactly those are. I would imagine either container or content would just bump everything down.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but so we're gonna create I'm gonna create a new style called what do you want to call it? Just bump it.
You could call it yeah, you could call it that, or you could call it notch. I don't know. I'd probably call it something crazy like notch compensation. Yeah, that works.
Notch compensation.
Yes.
All right, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
It's gonna crash things because that style doesn't exist yet. We're gonna make it right now. No, we don't say that actually.
It sounds like something you would talk to your therapist about.
Notch compensation. We're gonna make it here. I'm pretty sure this is totally understandable for you, Devin, because
Mm-hmm.
you've worked enough things to be super good at everything. But here is the styles JS is kind of like a master style sheet, kind of like when we set up, a CSS that you link to your main page and everything uses that. You can't really do that with React Native, so instead we just export this styles JS page, and then as long as you're requiring it, you're saying, hey, import styles from that styles master page. You can just insert it whenever you're styling a component. You can just say styles equal to styles dot whatever we named it. In this case, notch compensation.
Yep.
We're setting margin top to statusbar dot current height. I might need to add status bar up here from React.
Yep, I think you're right. I think it's from React Native.
Yeah. Oh, I could have just put it in another one. What am I doing? Oh man. Man, it'll probably clean it up for me. I didn't. Okay, whatever.
It's already clean.
Current height should already know what that is.
I think so.
Let's see. And
so which view is this? This is the search view. Is that where the edit button is? It's not, is it?
No.
It's on the home. Okay. Is there anything on the search view that bumps up into the status bar?
This. So I was going to take it off for a moment just to see if it actually worked. Because this right here was making a padding from the top on the H2.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I'm going to get rid of it just for a sec to see if it holds up.
Okay, cool.
Breaks everything. Or no breaking. It's good. And let's see. It didn't really work.
Okay.
You might not be able to put it on content.
Okay.
Maybe we'll add it to containing. That feels strange to put it there.
What if you try it on the H2, because that was already working with the other style, right?
It was, yeah.
That would tell us if this does anything at all.
All right, I put it on the container first. Yeah, it didn't work.
Okay.
So yeah, back to the H2, I suppose.
I'm not confident it's going to work there either. I feel like it's probably not.
You don't think it's reading the current height?
Yeah, I don't think that's working for whatever reason. Okay. Yeah, let's look at other alternatives then.
Height, capital H. Margin top. Should have worked.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds reasonable.
Like if I'd done an actual number here, we should see that. I think it's just the height that it's not grabbing.
Yeah.
But we'll find out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we are going to have to use that safe area view.
Stats bar. No, yeah, it doesn't know what that is. Margin, top supply, T, staff sheet, match compensation. Did I mess that up? I did.
Yeah, let me look at the
safe area, you said? Is what someone else could use?
Yeah. Let me see this really quick. Safe area view. Okay. So yeah, try in your component, try importing safe area view.
The search? in React Native?
Yes. Yeah, in React Native.
It should be all capital, I think. I guess we'll find out if it gets mad.
What should be all capital, you said?
Safe area view. Oh, I didn't save the style so much. I don't know. Let's put that back to. Should we set the margin top to safe area view then?
No, just set it. I guess for now, just set it to 0. Because we don't want to do anything with it. We want to see if the safe area view does anything. Go back to your component where you imported the safe area view. Okay, cool. And now go down to your render function for a second. Okay. Do the container and the content, what do they do? Do they have a function?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really have it fleshed out again.
Yeah.
Now that I'm using native base, it just adds a bunch of easy to use layout for React. So container has to be put around anything instead of view. And then content is how you indicate, where your content of the page is. You can have a header, you can have a footer.
Okay.
So that's why it's there.
That makes sense.
It might have helped to do like a header and just style that and then just close it,
Okay.
I don't know if you can self-close that, but I'm going to try it.
For now, so take that out for now and just wrap everything in a safe area view component.
Okay.
I think try wrapping even the container. Like,
wrap the container?
Yeah, try wrapping everything.
Okay.
And let's see what that does. Maybe I should look for how to use that with native base.
Native base.
Okay.
Yeah, now everything's gone.
Now everything's gone. Great.
They were saying to always have it wrapped in container. We can wrap it in views. They're kind of like a div. We could do that instead, or just set like a div, view that gives us that buffer, like this H2 was.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, maybe what if I just search for native base iPhone notch? Maybe it has a way.
I should have that up actually. Just give me 1 sec. I have them.
You have
That's
that?
not it. Hang on. There it is. What did you want me to look for?
Oh, I'm just looking for how to deal with the notch with native base.
That's important. The notch. Oh, that's just for the grid. Spinners. I want to add a spinner before we launch it. Well,
I don't know. I get the sense they don't have anything to deal with a notch. I'm not sure why wrapping that in that view didn't work.
adding stuff I want to do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's important things.
Yep.
Eventually. There's a nice cheat sheet which has like everything on it.
Okay, try this. Add a style on that safe area view.
Okay.
That
Wherever you,
is.
can I put it back within?
Oh yeah, let's wrap everything with it.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a hunch it has to be sort of the top level component, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay. I don't know anything about safe area view component.
Okay. All right.
Give it.
Yeah, and let's just we can just set it in line if you want. Just say like, how do you do the? I don't even know how you do the inline styles.
Oh, like instead of referring to the style sheet, just do the style right here, like padding or margin.
Yeah. Do so do flex 1. Okay, and that's it. See what that does.
I might have messed up how that looks, but we'll see in a minute. Okay. Tell me if it's mad. And I did wrap everything in it again. So.
Okay.
Oh, that's working.
Nice. Okay.
I think you hit it.
Okay, cool.
It's interesting. It worked really well. I kind of want to do that then for this page as well. Like everything to have that safe area view.
Yeah. I think like this is a good sort of a good place where you might refactor at some point. If you could have a single container that everything gets swapped into as you're navigating through the app, like that, you could just have that safe area view one time and just swap other stuff into it.
Right. I'm trying to think if there's a way to do that. I know what you mean, kind of like a I've done it with Node.
Yeah.
No,
how does your navigation work in this?
Oh god. Navigation is the one thing I understand the least.
Okay.
So the whole app itself, it's not the whole app is just container with router wrapped in it.
Okay.
So router is within my nav routes, and that is just saying, hey, create a switch navigator. All that's in here is the landing page that you start with, and I do that by saying, hey, this is where you start. And within that is the tab navigator and profile edit, because profile edit also is a switch, not a. So within the switch navigator, main tab navigator, and in that is each of the tabs that we see.
Okay. Go back to your app.js, I think. Okay, yeah. What if you just put the safe area view there? Just like wrap everything in the safe area view, and then get rid of the other one too, just in case that causes something weird to happen. And don't forget the flex 1 style.
Right, and then take it off the search page so it doesn't mess everything up.
Yeah. Okay.
In a minute. Oh, I didn't import it.
Oh, right, right. No, that's okay.
From React Native. Okay. Well, it definitely put it within the safe area.
Yeah, I did everything there. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Don't know. On one hand, it definitely cleaned everything up very quickly. This one, I have a margin here, or padding.
Yeah, so you can take it off, or
the only thing I don't like is that the buttons are now above this. Which maybe that's the way it should look. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because like that, you have to pull up on that to close an app. I don't know how apps generally do it with tab bars. Is there close this app, and is there another app, like one of the default apps that has a navigation bar that we could look at?
A default app from React Native?
No, like close your Expo app for a second inside the simulator.
Okay.
And open files or photos. Open photos. That would be a good one, I guess. Okay. Yeah, they sit above it.
So it would be more, I mean, that would probably be more appropriate for user experience.
Yeah.
That it doesn't on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have this phone. That's why I'm like, oh, it looks cool to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never used one of these either.
Same thing with this, probably. Let's see. Yep, it sits above. Shit.
Okay. So I think what you would want to do maybe eventually is to just have the purple or whatever color the tab bar is go all the way to the bottom. But I don't think that's super important right now.
Like this color to extend down here to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, just so it's not such an abrupt cut off there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be animated. Oh well. I'll fix that.
Okay. I do think
I think that.
I think maybe your edit button should be.
Oh, that was bad.
Should maybe have a little more margin on the right.
I totally agree. Let's do that.
Okay. Do you want to commit this first?
Yeah. Good idea. What do you think this one's going to be called?
Compensate for notch.
All right. I'm going to say compensate layout just because I might not understand that.
Okay.
Another point. And we'll just say that added safe or add safe around components to layout to not be covered by notches.
Sounds great.
Not on new iOS. Fall out of safe area view on other. Sure. Cool. Okay.
Cool.
I spelled notch with 2 H's. That sucks. Oh well.
Oh well. You could. Do you know how to amend a commit?
I don't.
Okay. Would you like to learn?
Yeah.
All right. Git commit dash amend AMEND. Yep. And now press return. Okay. And now you can just edit your message, save it, and close it, and then it will be fixed.
Oh, you just gave up my credit card.
Did you really?
No.
Okay.
Be able to just see that real quick. I don't know where it is. Oh, notch.
Oh, no, it didn't save it.
Oh.
Why didn't it? Okay.
Weird.
Try git commit amend and then dash try it again here and see if it'll, and make sure you save that.
I'm pushing save a bunch of times. See it. Okay.
Okay, and now close it. And let's see what it does. Huh. Okay. Try, so that should work. I've done that before. But I haven't edited it in Sublime, so I don't know if that has something to do with it maybe. But try git commit amend, and then try -m and see if you can just do your message there.
What was it? Pumping
compensate layout for notch.
Notch. Do I have to write the rest of it too?
Yes. Yes, you will in this case.
All right. So
I don't even know if this will work, but
around. Oh my god, I can't spell anything now.
Also, just for the record, I think typos in your commit messages add character to the project.
Do they?
I think so. I think it's part of the process. Oh, there we go.
Well, it's there now. So.
Yeah. And you can also, so like, if you committed a bunch of stuff and then you realize there was a bug that you hadn't caught before and you wanted to go back and fix it, you could add that, you could stage that new change and then get commit amend and add it to the commit you just did, as long as you haven't pushed. If you've already pushed, you don't want to amend. But before you've pushed, you can amend.
So you do get commit amend and then type in whatever the number of that commit was?
You know, I don't know if you can do that. I'm not sure if you can arbitrarily amend any commit. I think it just works on the previous commit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't have to use that.
Yeah.
Cool. So then let's continue. Okay. So we're going to fix this edit button.
Okay.
That's on home. Oh, another thing, Devin. Right now, I reformatted my nav. My nav used to be nothing but stack navigation, which meant one on top of the other, 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 which means it always has back buttons. I worked around that by just making the header left null, which hid it, but that was a cheap workaround.
Okay.
We saw problems with components that weren't unmounting because they were just stacking on top of each other.
Yeah. They weren't updating.
Yeah. The gist of it is I fixed it. It's now a tab that you've seen, the tabs.
Okay.
But the problem now, get city is not getting called. That used to get called when you press the search tab, but now it's not getting called. So we have to call that at some point.
Okay.
Okay. So let's fix that edit button first.
Sure.
So how did I do
that? Probably just a style, just like a right margin.
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did it up here. I made that a header. So we can. Oh, I don't know how we style that actually.
I would guess you could just put a style in that touchable opacity element.
I'm just going to put a style in the view. So it's all within.
Okay.
What do you think is good enough spacage?
5 pixels, 10 pixels, somewhere in there.
Everywhere or just right?
Just right, I think.
5?
Yeah, try that and see what that looks like.
Okay. Broken. Not this time. Didn't change much. I think 5's too low number. I think you had the right idea.
Did that do anything?
Not really. I noticed that the numbers don't move it much.
Yeah.
So
is it maybe device pixels?
Damn it.
Did that do anything at all?
It doesn't seem like it. I'm gonna make
blow it way out.
That should do something.
No, that's not doing anything. Why not? Do you have to specify the unit? Is it 125 pixels, or you can just put a number in there, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, if I put in pics, it's not going to like that.
Right, but if you put it in as a string, would that work? 125 pixels as a string, 125 px as a string.
I don't think so, but we'll try it.
Okay. I'm just guessing.
Good.
No, that doesn't help.
Change.
Okay.
didn't break.
Yeah. So, header right, like, what is that?
So it's looking at my page. Usually there's a title up here. There's header left, which is where your back button would be. And I did header right be, I put a button there. This is all for the header. And that's why I wasn't sure how to add padding to the header right, because it's the header.
Yeah.
It's to take up the rest of that space.
Does does that header right come from native base? Does native base give you that?
No, it's from React Native.
Okay.
At least I think it is. Maybe I should be more confident first.
I can do some searching too.
What if I just did... I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I'm going to make it a padding instead of a...
Yeah, that's worth a shot.
I wonder if... Oh, well, that helps if I put something in here.
What do those options get passed into? Those,
what do you mean?
So there's a... You're creating... Oh. Okay.
Nothing. I wonder if I was supposed to capitalize this. If that's all it was. It wasn't. Here's the valid keys.
Oh yeah, so it didn't like that.
It didn't.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Yeah, lowercase first. As is the usual.
Are you using React navigation?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So maybe that is where this is coming from. Okay, I have an idea, I think.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. In your navigation options method, okay, add a header right container style property. So like it'll be a completely separate property, like maybe under your header style property, a new property that's just called header right container style.
So it's still within navigation options, right?
Still within navigation options.
So wait, header style's right here. So then you want one called what?
Not inside it, but a separate property that is header right container style.
Okay.
Yep. And then try your actually I think padding right makes a lot of sense. Try your padding right there.
Do 100 for now.
Okay.
That should be.
That will be noticeable.
And then don't need this one, I guess. Right.
No, you don't need that. And you are short 1 comma on line 77.
You don't want me to add anything else here, then?
Nope, I think that's okay.
Okay, we'll try it.
Okay.
right container style, padding right is the only thing in there. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it really likes to stick over there. Let's see why it's doing this.
Whoa, what is this? Oh, you're inspecting. Okay.
Yeah, inspector. Trying to grab what this is in. Create new component. I don't know what that's all about.
So is your photo there in your welcome message? Is that also part of the header?
This?
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't be. It
Okay.
should just be just part of the.
Yeah, that's just a row. Okay.
Another component in that it says hi to whoever.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be animated. I always forget it's animated. Feel animated. Okay, so yeah, that's profile top. If you notice, profile top takes over everything except for this little.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder if that's actually part of the navigation. If maybe there's somewhere else you have that. Because here's another thing I noticed. I found some documentation under in React Navigation's documentation for these navigation options, and they are in documentation for Create Stack Navigator.
Okay.
So maybe that's maybe you've also got a Create Tab Navigator somewhere, and we're working in the Create Stack Navigator instead. So maybe we're actually styling a navigator that's not visible anymore.
That could be. I have both.
Okay.
Like I said, I have the main router, which is a navigator, not a stack. Okay. Works like a stack. It just goes one way and then back.
Okay.
Landing page is one of those. The main tab navigator is also one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And the tabs, as you know, are home, search, connections. Those are all part of my tab.
Yeah.
Trying to think. And then on home, and under home we're just doing navigation options equals navigation static navigation options. Huh.
What is this? What are we inside right now?
Home.
Home. Like that's where this static navigation options function is.
Yeah.
Scroll up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're just inside the component.
Right.
Okay.
Which feels strange because I'm not importing any navigation feature.
Yeah.
As far as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering if that we're messing with is maybe not hooked up to anything right now.
I mean, if I get rid of this, it's gonna get rid of that edit button.
Try commenting all that out. Comment that whole function out, and let's see if it actually does that.
All right. Oh, hang on. Let me turn off the inspector.
Okay.
No inspector.
Oh, okay. This is an inspector built into Expo. Okay, cool.
Oh, it's still there.
Yeah. So that thing, because, well, it's coming in somewhere else. So that thing we're messing with is not the actual thing.
You think it's on the profile top? No. Oh, that's weird. Then where is it coming from?
Maybe it's here. Maybe it's just not that. What else is in this file?
Yeah, let's go back to what's rendering.
There? Yeah, that's...
This?
I don't think it's even that. So it's just right in here. It's just in the component on 191.
Do what? I think this is it. Oh,
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that is it.
Yeah, so just try a style on that.
I can totally do that. We're gonna throw it in a view.
Okay.
I'll style that. Yeah, no wonder we weren't getting anything done. I'll do 50 so we see something happen.
Yeah.
And then we'll click. Oh, did I miss something?
You need one. You need an angle bracket on 191 at the end.
Is that forgetting? I totally did. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's got all kinds of.
There we go. So it was all. This all is part of profile top. There's no nav header looking at anymore.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's funny, but embarrassing. Let's see with 10, if that looks a little better.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Probably good. It does.
It does. Over. Yeah, it moves everything.
Let's see.
Well, one thing you could do is you could put the same padding on the left side on that other element, so it would still be centered.
Okay. Why not? Just on profile top.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go back in here. I'm trying to think this is the right word. Yeah, we'll do it here. Not it. I'm not even the right thing. Center. Just add it in here, I guess. We'll just say margin left is equal to 15, 10?
10, I think. I think you did 10.
10, yep.
Yeah.
I'll just do margin left, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
It looks good enough.
Yeah, yeah. I think it actually maybe...
Needs
I think
more?
it's offset by the width of the edit button. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So it's... Well, do you think that's going to be dynamic? Do you think that'll change?
I don't think so.
I can look how big it is. What is that? 25 by 33. So 33 is the width, I think, right? I don't know which one's width.
I think the width. I think the first one's the width. 25.
Try to change it that way if you want.
Yeah, try that. Just add another, like, make it 35 instead of 25, or instead of 10. If you make it 35, then that'll compensate for the margin too.
Is it better?
Try.
I think it's pretty centered.
It's pretty close. It's slightly to the left.
Okay. So more?
Yeah, do 35. Because that'll be the width of the edit element plus the width of the margin. Yeah, that looks right.
And this is still in a good place. So
yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Let's commit it. Devin, another newbie question, since I like to ask them.
Sure.
I'm sure someone along the way. I know that I had to be told in class at some point.
Yeah.
But the dash capital A, that just means all, right?
Yes, I think so. I hardly ever use that.
What do you use?
I'll use, like, if I want to add everything, I'll get add and then just period for, like, add the current directory. And that works recursively. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Actually, I find more often than not I'm using that -p I showed you yesterday. because that way if I've done work that I don't remember, I can sort of filter it out as I'm looking, and it also reminds me what I actually did before yeah. Yeah, I find that pretty useful.
I do like that, yeah. Let's commit this stuff.
Sure.
Say home page edit button layout, and I'm just closing it like that.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds good.
So, do you want to tackle this first?
Yeah.
All right.
So okay. When I worked on that for you, like when I did some work on this, the thing I was trying to do was I was trying to keep the value in that field.
Yes, I remember that. Right here. Right.
Yeah. And I think that would be a good user experience, because then they can see what it is and they can edit it, but it's all in one component, so it's not taking up a ton of room to to display it in one place and then have an editor in another place.
Okay, let's close out a couple of these components we're not touching right now.
Okay.
I thought I saved that already. And we'll close. No, we won't close style because I think we're going to use it.
Okay.
We will close it. We don't need that. So what we're looking at now is, I just closed the one we needed. Oops. Profile edit container and profile edit.
Okay.
Profile edit is the parent component that holds three different things. It holds the, well, I guess it just holds the container. Never mind.
Okay.
And then the container, it has, this is that top input that we just added, and then it has instrument adder and genre adder child components, which add each of those things. Okay. So here's where we want to change it. Contact info, you're sharing this .state.contact info. We could probably put that as
the value of that input.
Yeah, as the value. Although I feel like that might throw off when it tries to save the new state.
We can make it work, I think. I've actually, I worked on a tiny little React project just the other day and had all kinds of heartache trying to get a controlled input to work. So
yeah, I
think it's fresh enough, like the pain is fresh enough that I can get back to that place.
What do you where do you want me to start?
So yeah, change the value to that.
Change this to state.contact info?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. And then we need to decide what we want to do on change text. Form content, this set state. Okay, so I think all you'd have to do there is
change the value?
Yeah, just change the value of that state property.
Let's see if it works. If that's all it took.
Go back one step, because I think there's one other piece. So like right now we're creating, so this .set state is taking, so when you put a variable inside the object brackets like that, it's going to give you an object that's got that as the key. So form content will be the key, and then the value will be whatever the value is of that variable. But now this input is tracking with state.contactinfo, so we need to make sure that's the key.
Okay.
So on 139, instead of just set state form content, do set state contact info as the key, and then form content as the value, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Like that?
Yep. And all that does is make sure that it has the right, like it's setting the right key in state, the right property.
Okay.
I think that'll work.
We will find out. Okay, so there's our current info.
Mm-hmm.
I change this, it's going to update.
Yep.
New contactinfo.com.
Okay, that didn't work.
Yeah, because it.
Oh, and I bet it's because it was trying to use that form content. It was probably trying to use the form content property of state to set it instead of the contact info state or the contact info property.
It's what you're talking about right here, right?
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. What does add contact info do?
Let's check it out. Past it. Where'd it go? This.add contact. Where is that? It should be right here. There it is.
There it is, yeah.
Receiving contact.
Okay.
Console.
You can probably see the problem here.
This?
Yeah, and on 73. Both of those.
This dot state dot phone contact should change to contact info.
Mm-hmm.
And then it should be setting the state of contact info to. Oh, this is part of the problem too. We don't want to make it blank again.
Yeah.
Contact info should be set to just contact info.
Yeah.
State.contact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A little mixed up.
So yours will be blank.
This isn't blank. Not lab. What?
You got auto-corrected.
I pushed that.
Okay.
Saved it, I think. I don't really know because it's updating like on the fly as I do it.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to.
You can look at the database.
Well, yeah, we can see it, but like I don't.
Yeah, we need to give the user some kind of feedback.
Right. Although I don't think it updated.
You don't think so?
Yeah. Okay, it did.
Yep.
It's updated. But we should probably do something that shows the user that it updated.
I think you can get rid of that other element too, since we've got it here now.
Oh, this?
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. That's easy.
Yeah.
So that's right here.
And while you're looking at that, I'm going to see what native base offers us. I bet it's got some sort of component for alerts or something like that.
I'm happy you asked. I actually do know exactly what we should use.
Awesome.
Toasts.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the thing that like pops up at the bottom and then disappears?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Okay. I want to use it.
Cool. This is the perfect opportunity.
It is. This is a great opportunity.
I would also change the label of that button to say save or something like that.
Yeah, good idea. You check this out for a minute. I will change this to say save.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now it's just an icon.
Yeah.
The add icon.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense for those others, for the instruments and the genres.
Yeah, I'll just change this into a text. Say, save. That's so nicer. I mean, it probably just needs a different button. I like that it's still the right color, but
yeah. Oh yeah. If you just made the text white, that'd probably be okay.
Okay. I feel like I should make a button theme for these add buttons.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make text white and add a little padding to what's inside of it. Let's do that. Add icon. Oh, I did have one. What do you know? Well, so I'll just add in here color. White.
Yep.
Okay. I need more padding on one side. So let's do 7. Oh, not 76. 7. Add icon style. I already forgot what it's called.
Add icon style. Yeah.
Should I input that? Sure.
It looks like the toast is super easy.
Could be.
Yeah.
I hope so. That should be styles. Styles from front stuff. Should be it to me down here. Should be it. Let's see if it fixed it. Oh, you broke something. 16. Oh, okay. No. I didn't fix it.
What's it complaining about? Oh, okay.
Being stupid. Honestly, just takes duplicate declaration of styles. So I did have that.
Do you have it up there? No?
I wonder if I down here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There. I'm gonna comment it because I feel like it was being used somewhere.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Okay, hang on a second. Styles from dot slash style because it's already there. I'm messing up everything.
I saw the zoom that time.
That was weird. So a couple things we did. Can't do color to view. Yeah, twice I tried to give color to a view.
Okay.
So I must have misused that. Damn it. Let's see. Let's use layer. I wonder if I used it with one too. One red right here. Touch it.
What button is that?
What's up?
What button is that touchable opacity you were just looking at?
That was the button to remove the instruments.
Ah, okay.
This thing, this little X.
Yeah, okay. That's probably what it's complaining about, right? Because I bet touchable opacity is a view. So maybe that's where, because that add icon style has a color now.
Yeah, let's just get rid of the color from here. So that should get rid of it now that I'm not trying to pass view color. And then I'll just have to, oh no, it's blue, so
We've seen this before.
Yeah, but why? Why is it?
Yeah, I don't know what has changed that would cause it to come back.
This dot state dot locations dot codes. Why is it calling that? That's really odd. And now it doesn't do it. Interesting. Don't think it was, but okay. Weird. I don't know why I did that, but it did. And we can move on back to editing this. I do like that it's centered now. That's nice, but
yeah,
I might have to make this one separately styled.
To make it white.
I feel like trying to apply some global style in this case is more of an issue than it's
yeah.
worth.
Yeah, you might be right.
So we'll just do, I mean, I'll just do it here.
Yeah.
Fix that one. Like I mentioned, it would be really nice if these are horizontal because this scrolls. Each of these scrolls. That's why I had two separate components.
Yeah. Okay.
If these were aligned horizontally, then we could kind of scroll through them. I think that's kind of the key.
Okay.
Let's see if we can fix
that. Before you do that, do you want to add the toast to let people know that their contact info is saved?
Yeah. Let's see what you got.
Okay. I might also change that label to just say contact info, since it's now both the display and the editor. Yeah. And okay, so it looks like it's really simple. The button on press. So we need to do something else in our button on press down on 143.
Yeah, I was just going to add it to the...
Oh, yeah. No, that works.
I'm going to stop consoling it because it works. So.
Yeah. Where do we want to do this? Maybe...
We want to do a...
Let's then off of... Oh, actually, okay, here's another thing. The state's already set, so we don't need to set it again. Now that now that we're using just one state property for everything. Yeah.
Okay.
And we can just then off of the set. Yeah. Okay. And what we want to do is... If I can get back to the documentation.
I need to import it. Probably.
Yeah, you'll need to import it. Just toast from native base.
Of course.
Okay.
I think it's toast.toast or something.
Toast.show, and then pass that an object. The keys are text for the actual message.
I'm just taking notes basically.
Oh, okay. So no, so you're passing it an object.
Okay.
Instead of, you're not passing it in individual parameters.
100%.
And so the text key is where you put the text you're going to display.
I think I misunderstood what you're saying. So
yeah, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's mine. Here, I know it's going to change this in a minute when it lays it all out, but
Yeah.
So it's passing in an object. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and text key is just a string that's whatever text you want to display.
Okay.
And no, so the key is text, just the word text, and then and then a string, whatever you display. Yep. And then
Duration, probably.
You can do duration, although there's a default.
Yeah.
I would do type. So this one, type, is going to be success. I think it's a string. It doesn't actually specify, but I'm pretty sure they want a string there. And that's probably all we have to do. We can see what that looks like, and then if it's not long enough, we can do a duration, or you can also add a button if you need to. I don't know if we need to do that necessarily.
Let's find out. So then right now, after we add contact info, every time we change that, we could go through, it finds you in the database, it sets whatever you just entered into the database for you. And then it calls toast, show, text is going to be you did the thing, type is a success.
Yeah.
So we could have done one like if they somehow broke it, we could have done like an error.
Yeah, it would probably be like an error callback on. I don't know how the how Firebase handles errors saving, but it probably just be inside that callback we would do it. Unhandled promise rejection.
Let's see what happens. Undefined is not an object. This.toast instance.
Oh.
Should probably go back and look and see how we called toast, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems odd.
I just realized I've been on the toast part as well. I haven't been looking at it, but like they're doing like a show toast state that like turns on for a minute and then turns back off.
I don't think so. I think it automatically. That's probably if you want to trigger it with state. But since we're actually calling show, I think that should just show it.
Okay. Why does it keep saying button text?
Yeah, so you can have a button on it too on the toast, but I don't know if we need one for this.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Probably not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's figure out where we went wrong then.
Okay.
Toast.show, lowercase s for show.
Yeah.
Open that up. It's an object. Text, you did the thing. Type equals success. Is that the problem? Because we did a type?
Take it out if you want, and we'll see if it works without it. But okay, I just found an example of the type, and that's exactly the way they've implemented it. It's just type, and then you pass a string. It can either be success, danger, or a warning.
Oh, so that's the way that the toast looks.
Yeah, yeah, so exactly. Yeah, success. Yeah, exactly.
I'll put it back. It's still broke. It's the same message. We haven't figured out something. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put something away.
Okay, sure.
All right. So you have any new suggestions?
Yes.
Cool.
Is our toast inside a container?
Doesn't seem like it. No, I don't think so. I'm just calling toast.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily put it in anything.
Put a...
Oh, there's nowhere for it to go. Because like this example, if you're still looking at my screen,
Mhm.
they had like a button, and when you press it, on press toast.show right away. But
Yeah.
we're not doing that on press. We're doing it as part of a method that's called on press.
Right.
So maybe that's
Maybe
why.
that's the problem. Yeah, that sounds...
That should be it. But I'll try it if you want me to patter. That sounds like something I should be using. Patter. Yeah, it's doing toast.show. Text, button text. And of course, press. That's weird.
For toast to work, you need to wrap your topmost component inside root from native base.
Okay. Root,
so let's try that.
Import root from native base. Oh, so you got to put it around your whole app.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe it even goes outside that safe area.
Sounds like it. Let's make sure that we imported it from... Is it from React or from React Native?
It's native base. It's from native base.
Native base. Okay. That definitely explains why I don't have it.
Yeah.
So, root. Funny, because I pronounced this R-O-O-T and R-O-U-T-E. I pronounce them usually both as root.
Okay.
That's the California coming out, I guess.
Gotcha.
Maybe not. But I'm just weird like that.
I think I waffle back and forth, but I think usually the other one is route for me.
I've definitely done that. I've done both.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see if that any better. Luckily, it didn't change anything, so that's good.
Yeah.
And did I do the thing? You did the thing.
Nice. It's perfect.
That's so much better.
Yeah.
And I like that than calling alerts. So if you don't mind, real quick, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this first, but then I'm going to go over here to search. You know, when you add somebody, well, I can't add it. I've already added everybody. But when you add that, it shows an alert. We're not going to do alerts. We're going to do...
Yeah, I think that looks like a good solution. I wonder if I was surprised that the type doesn't actually change the styling at all. I wonder if we should make it green, or what do you think?
Yeah, type should have fixed that. Let's see what color it was. You said it was just like the normal...
I think it was just gray.
We don't want that.
Oh, no, it is green. Okay. Yep, you're right.
I actually didn't know that. So it's working. I want to make the duration a tiny bit longer.
Yeah. So it's 1500 by default. It's in milliseconds. So if you wanted to make it like 2000, that'd be 2 seconds.
See, that's why this keeps throwing me off, because I always put in the static nav options at the top.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix that right now, because I don't like it.
Is that even being used right now, or is that another... Try commenting that out.
I think... Yeah, maybe you're right. I was like, I think... And then I was thinking about it, I'm like, maybe it's not showing edit profile anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Every time you ask me something, I don't know. Oh gosh, here it goes again. This is the same message that sometimes is there and sometimes is not.
Yeah.
And I bet if I reload it,
It won't be there.
Something about maybe the speed I'm going from one component to the next. Didn't finish something in time. There's no edit anything, so good. I'm going to change two things, Devin.
Yep.
Instead of having it at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to have it closer to the top.
Okay.
Maybe on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think from a user endpoint? Is that kind of annoying to have it pop up like on the side somewhere? I just wanted it closer to the field, because if you do that here, you might not notice it.
I think you'll notice it. I actually like it at the bottom because the only thing it's obscuring there is the tab. And you're not trying to interact with that right now. I think it might be a little jarring to... Because if you put it at the top, it's going to be on top of the field. Yeah, and you can either set it... Like, your position options are top or bottom. That's it.
Then let's leave it bottom. Let's just make it last a little longer.
Okay.
Where did it go? I don't know why I still have this. I don't know. Let's get out. I don't know it's going to break. I'll clean all this up at a double point.
Okay.
Where did it go?
89?
89?
Yeah, I think.
Yep, that's it. You had it. Do duration and set that to 2000?
Yeah, try that. That'll make it a half second longer.
I think that's enough. It doesn't need to be there that long. But
yeah.
A little longer would be nice. It's definitely there long enough now.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I'm going to make that a tiny bit shorter.
Yeah. Split the difference.
Yeah. So that's good. That's working nicely.
Okay.
Notice when we're on that edit page, it's also this footer tab's making a massive space compared to our usual tab.
Yeah. Looks like maybe you had a like a bottom margin on it or something, and now it's getting compounded by the safe area view.
Yes. I think it's because I used it as a footer, because I didn't set up the margin as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
I did a component, so that might already have those kind of things pre-built.
Okay.
Have a pretty big buffer on the bottom.
Yeah.
So maybe what I can do is just kind of overwrite it. I almost just want to add a style to the footer.
Yeah.
And just set the bottom to nothing.
Okay.
And style to margin bottom to nothing, and see if that overrides something. Do we have anyone in the chat that has been asking me a question?
I haven't seen anybody yet. Let's see. Nope. Nobody right now.
Oh. All right.
There's someone watching, but no one chatting.
Hello, person. That didn't work, so damn it.
Maybe it's on the tab. Maybe you just move that same style to the footer tab.
Okay. Either I might need to do a negative margin.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it didn't change.
No.
We can check. I'm just looking at I'm trying. So that's the view itself, and this big block is view.
Footer?
That
Is it
footer is that whole thing.
is it padding? No? Yeah, it's padding.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's not the padding.
Yeah. So if you just do padding bottom 0 on the footer, then you should be okay.
On the tab, on the footer, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see.
Huh.
Where's the footer? Footer tab. Where's the footer? I don't even see it now.
I don't either.
Footer got swallowed up or something. Footer tab. That's. What's this? Create animate component. Footer tab.
Maybe just keep climbing up through that tree and seeing if you see what is.
And now that's the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Huh. Wow, that's weird.
I'm going to change footer tab.
Okay.
I'm going to do it to both of them.
Okay.
That fixes it. It's probably not the right way to do it. Forcing my hand. It still did it.
Yeah.
Did I change button 2?
How's your main tab done? Because it doesn't have it, right? Your main bottom tab bar, the purple one.
Purple one.
Yeah.
What was the question?
How are you creating that one? Maybe you can just replicate that for this one too.
That was mostly preset. I just went to create a tab navigator. I didn't set any of this up.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I mean, I put a little styling on the location, I guess.
Yeah.
Margin -1. I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be helping. It's boring us at this point. Is that just a part of being a footer?
Let me see if I can find anything in documentation about it.
Okay. I mean, the other thing we could do, this might throw off everything, but we'll try it. Oh, that didn't work. No. I broke something up. I did.
Yeah, their footer in their documentation doesn't have anything like that. But it's also not on a phone with a notch, so it's hard to tell.
I think I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm doing it in the wrong place. Because this is with the profile edit component, there's the container that everything's in.
Okay.
So instead of just having that here, maybe I need to just add the footer and all that in the parent component. Let's try that.
Okay. What is the navigation there? What's being passed into that?
Well, it was passing down to the container this navigation prop.
Yeah.
Which it received from home. So if I hadn't passed that in, then when I got to this page, I wouldn't be able to utilize the navigation. So I had to pass it down.
Okay.
I think. At least that's what I've been doing.
But you're not actually using the navigation on that view, right?
was that's what this was doing, because this, when you press it, uses navigation to go
Y-
back home.
yeah. So I wonder if trying to pass in, well, I don't know. Go ahead and explore what you were thinking, and let's see what it
Yeah,
does.
I don't know for sure if it works, but
Yeah.
um, that's probably gonna break something because I just copy pasted and didn't. Yep, it did. It doesn't know what a footer is.
Oh,
Forgot to
okay.
import. I want to say that was just from, that's from native base.
I think it's native base. Yeah.
Oh wait, nope, 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 nope. Not gonna know what a footer
Oh,
tab is
okay.
either.
Okay.
Moment of truth. Okay.
Icon.
All right, you. Don't know if that was actually a native base thing. It might just be
I
React
think it
Native.
is. I think it's native base.
We'll know in a minute. It's still, man. And now it doesn't pop in how to go home.
Okay.
Well, since that didn't immediately work here.
Yeah. Move it back.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna move it back.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Give me 1 second to look this over and make sure. That's probably where it should have been, actually.
Inside the container, but outside the content. I guess it doesn't matter because it's still going to be it's still going to be created in the same place in the DOM, I think, whether it's here or in the other one.
All right, let's get rid of it. Anytime. Okay, so let's put that back in here. That's back. And
oh, I guess it's inside one more container, but that shouldn't matter, I don't think.
Do not see it.
What's that?
I didn't see what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, so I was just saying by leaving it where it originally was, it's inside one more nested container. It wasn't in if you pull it out, but I don't think it'll matter.
That's true. It didn't seem to make a difference.
yeah, exactly.
Damn. Being really stubborn. Do I need to put it in a view that has padding bottom 0 or something? I don't.
I'm kind of puzzled at this point.
Something about putting in this footer component automatically makes it gigantic.
Yeah. I don't think it's intended to, unless they're using that footer component to try to compensate for that bottom gesture.
I mean, I'm willing to just make it a little button that's not a footer at all, if that's what we have to. Because this is kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking I might just put a button,
Yeah.
Maybe make it have that icon still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could make it look just like that. Yeah. Without it being a footer.
We'll make it a touchable opacity still. Let's get that icon. I might have to make it a button, but we'll see for now.
Okay.
I don't know I'm writing all this again. I can just grab it. Hang on. I'm having trouble with life right now. And that closes up. icon goes there. Not need this. Eventually, it goes this icon's there. Great. Text is going to be there. Great. In this, it needs to on press. Let's grab this. Opacity on press. Just that navigation. Go the F. Cool. And let's get rid of all this. I'm gonna put it down here just for now and comment it.
Okay.
Make sure that we don't lose anything from it.
Sounds
to
good.
do it, touch the opacity has on press, icons in there, return home. Okay, let's try it. See that.
Okay.
It looks good. Just need to center it.
Yeah.
That's not.
Does it work?
Oh, cool. I checked that. It does.
Yep. Okay.
So let's just do it that way.
Yeah.
We will. What I want to do, I'm going to put this in its own view.
Okay.
Again, it's kind of like a div.
Okay.
And maybe there was a way to set the margin both sides, margin horizontally. Let me see if I can do that.
Okay.
I don't quite remember if this is the right term.
If view is like a div, then you're setting the margin on the outside of it, and it's going to be full width. It'll take up the full width, so does that make sense? The full width of the viewport.
Okay.
So
is that not one?
Well, if you're trying to center it with the margin, then that won't help you.
Okay. I don't think it quite caught what margin horizontal was. I clicked out of it way too fast.
Yeah, so it's got a 50 pixel margin on the left and right.
Yeah. Okay.
What if you on your view, what if you set display flex?
You know what? I have the width and height of the window on here. I could pass that down and just put it at this, half of the width of the window.
Yeah, but even if you do that, the text and the icon are not going to be centered respective to one another. And I guess like that's maybe not super hard to fix, but
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, do it however, like try it however makes sense to you, and we'll see if it works.
I'm just gonna make it. It should just be width. That's not what I wanted. Hang on. I want to just call this like. I'll call it. Equals width, which is up here, width of the window, divided by 2. And then from that, we can probably just do like center minus 50 or 20 or whatever we have to offset it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound right to you? Or am I missing something?
That would work. So you're talking about basically you want to subtract half the width of the actual element?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that should work. You can't get that programmatically though, can you? You'll have to just manually grab that. You'll have to like inspect it and see what the width is and then divide it by 2 and just hard code that number in. Or is there a way you can get at it programmatically without having to do that?
That's what I thought this was going to do, because this should take the width of the window.
Right.
And
Yeah, that'll get you the width of the window, but to center it, so like you need to, you can't place. So like if you take the width of the whole window and you divide it by half, that gives you the center point of the
yeah,
window.
right. And
But
then
you can only place the left side of your element.
yeah, and then it would be offset because it would start in the center, but it would veer to the right,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. The left side of it would be at the center instead of the center of it being at the center.
Figure out the width of that actual whatever I'm styling
Yeah, yeah.
and track that. Yeah. Um, I mean, there's probably a way to do that. We could. I'm not sure. I mean, dimensions get. Maybe we could do that to instead of window, we could do to component or
Yeah,
element or.
probably. Let me
And
let me show you an easier way. I
okay,
think
yeah.
I think there's a way we can do it with CSS without having to do any calculations.
All right.
Okay, go back to that element, to that new view element or that new view component you laid down there.
Over here.
Yes. Okay. So style equals display flex.
Okay. Flex. Wait, that doesn't feel right. It should be flex 1, right?
No. No, this is going to be a flex container.
Okay.
And justify content. Yep. Center. Yeah. And that should be it. And I think flex will have to be a string too. Let's see what that does. Nope, that did nothing.
Oh, I ignored it.
Why did that do nothing?
Well, I might not be understanding perfectly well, but I think whenever I on the flex, I set it as a key and I put flex to 1 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah, so you do that on the children of the flex item.
Uh-huh. You can't
or
do
you
that to the
can
view?
you can do that on the children. You could do that on the view, but then that's implying that the container of the view is a flex box, which I don't know if it actually is.
I don't know either.
And I don't know if I don't actually know if you can use Flexbox in React Native, so that's maybe.
You can definitely use flex. I don't know what limitations it has in React Native, but
okay.
I've used it all over the place on this thing.
Okay.
That's one of the things that they mention when you're using the native base. They use flex, I believe. Let's see.
Okay.
No, this is just talking about the grid. Yeah, they have you use the grid instead of Flexbox.
Ah, okay.
It uses Flexbox.
So why does it? What does Flex 1 mean in the context of React Native? Yeah, okay, try Flex 1 and then
Sure.
leave that justify content to center. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, that's more used to doing, although I don't fully understand what it's doing.
Yeah.
That didn't change much.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's still just sitting there.
Oops. Let me see. Let me look at your code again, if you don't mind. Flex 1, justify content, center.
I mean, my guess
let's
is find the content, but the view itself is still pulled to the left.
Mm-hmm. So does the view not? What are the dimensions of the view? Can you inspect the view really quick? Oh, that's interesting.
that's the container.
Oh, okay, so, huh. Wow, that's really weird. Okay. Do, add one more flex direction row and see what that does.
Probably need to put it in space.
Oh, yeah. The default here is column instead of row.
My items that are children, when I do the genres and the instruments, that's probably why they end up
That's why they line up in columns, yeah.
I tried to fight that and just didn't feel like putting up with it. Oh, I mean, it seems to be working.
Okay, sort of.
I mean, it said it in the center, but the
Yeah.
X needs to be fixed. So let's fix that. So
Why is it super tall?
why is it super tall?
Yeah, do you know?
I don't know. I'm assuming it just tries to take up the rest of the space.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's just trying to take up the rest of the remaining space. Because this is one component. That's the adder. That's the other. Oh, no, apparently it wants to band them together. And then that's what I need to work with.
Yeah, this is a big mess.
Yeah. It is. It definitely it feels less intuitive.
Yeah. What's throwing me off is the way you use Flexbox in this context is different from the way you use it in a web browser.
Yes. Do you want to check out this real quick on my screen? Because it was talking about how Flexbox changed. I don't know if it's going to offer anything helpful. Let's see. No, it's just talking about how great Easy Grid is. Easy Grid.
Oh, okay.
Align items, flex direction, just the content. I mean, we could switch over to using this grid. You want me to use that?
It really feels like. Let me do a little bit of research on the footer, and just see if I can figure out why it has that extra padding, because it feels like that's what we should be using.
Okay, let me. While you're doing that, I'm going to try to move some buttons so they're in line.
Okay, sounds good.
So let me know when you've got something going.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get to anything, but we'll see what happens here.
Okay. You can do this.
Any luck on your side?
So I'm still exploring.
Okay.
Something.
I might have to go ahead and wrap up for now. I'm going to have to go in a few minutes, I think.
Okay.
I think we're pretty close, though. So after this, you want to work on the way your instruments and genres are displayed, and then the way the search page is displayed. Is that kind of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Just yeah, the styling of how those lay out, and
Yeah.
if we can change anything to the cards, the search profile cards, make that just a little bit nicer.
Okay.
Enough to show it off,
Yeah.
And
Okay.
call it
I think that sounds reasonable.
and say, hey, this is ready to at least go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
First draft.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we will. I'll go ahead and call it. Feel free to keep working on it. We'll just catch up whenever we jump back on here, and we'll give it another shot next time.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Bradley, and thanks for anyone out there who has watched. We'll be back soon, and we'll try to get JamMate out the door.
All right.
All right.